Welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here at US Bank Stadium, we have 12 trucks ready for freestyle competition, and first out for freestyle will be Mark McDonald representing BKT Tires. So we're going to see what he can do out here for US Bank. He's eyeballing the racing lane, and that is where we are going to start his time. Trying for the slap wheelie, he's gonna get all of it right there. Running out the sidelines of the stadium. Now he's going for the pod, going for that 8-pack right there, straight up and down for Mark McDonald. Up and over the cars. Now he's gonna flip this thing around, looking for something big here. Looking at the jammers, straight up and down on top of the jammer. And he's gonna ride it into another slap wheel, the second one. We've seen this freestyle. Mark McDonald trying to keep the momentum up the best he can, being the first truck out here for freestyle competition, up and over the cars. Backside of the MX hill. He's gonna get tripped up a little bit there. He's gonna put it back down on all fours though, no problem. Some huge air off of that jump right there next to the MX hill. He's going to put it back down on all four wheels, keeping this freestyle going just over a minute into his time. And now off of the pod, some more nice air. Into trouble again. He's on two wheels onto the sidewalls. And once again, he's going to regain control of that truck. Over the pod, he's going to down ramp it. Just about 30 seconds left for Mark McDonald in the BKT monster truck. Looking for those cars once again. Some bigger air than we saw last time off of those. And the first truck out here for freestyle, looking to go for that backflip. He's going to nail it. Perfect landing for Mark McDonald. Going for a little bit of a cross thread, getting crossed up mid-air. And somehow going to keep it on all four wheels. Mark McDonald representing BKT out here and doing them good. He's going to end it off with some nice donuts, and that is going to be it for Mark McDonald. Your next competitor for freestyle competition, Thompson Jr. in Showing Off. He's got some big shoes to fill here from Mark McDonald, even it all out on the track. The first truck for freestyle, and now we're going to see what Steven can do. Looks like his first hit is going to be off of the racing lane. Some big air right there. A little bit of cross-thread action here from Showing Off. Going a little sideways off of that ramp and completely clearing the backside of that MX hill. Flipping that truck around and eyeballing the cars. Going for a slap wheelie. He's going to get all of it right there, but putting it down and comboing it up into that jump. Looking for the jammer. He was heading in with some pretty good speed there, braking just before the jump and pulling off another slap wheelie. He's going to ride it all the way across the floor. And now he's eyeballing that 8-pack on the side of the pod. Some huge air. Nice pop from that truck. Onto two wheels. He's going to put it back down onto all four. Backing that truck up, trying to get things reconstructed here. Straight up off the backside of that racing lane. Tried to get another slap wheelie, couldn't quite do it. With just about 45 seconds left for Thompson Jr., he's going to have to step it up just a little bit. Another slap wheelie. We've seen quite a few of those already here tonight. We're going to need to be looking for something else here in this freestyle. About 30 seconds left now, and clearing it once again out the backside. Straight up and down over the cars. Really trying to get something conjured up here. Going for the backside of the MX hill once again. Tried to clear it. It's going to bite him right there. He's going to put it back down. A nice save from Stephen Thompson there. Backing it up in the wall. Trying to get one more hit before the end of time. And I think they're going to give it to him. This last hit will count off the racing lane right there. And a hard landing on the rear end. He's going up on the front end once again. Almost getting tripped up 2 hits in a row. And Stephen Thompson Jr. is going to park it right there. Matt Pagliarulo in Jester has one mission tonight, and that is to dominate in freestyle competition here in Minneapolis. Coming out here onto the floor with some big words to the other competitors in the drivers' meeting. Let's see how he can do out here on the track. As he's going to start his time right there. And like many others, Matt is going to take on the cars early on. Try and get him out of the way so he can get the bigger hits in his freestyle. Off the backside of that jump, I don't know if we've seen very many people hit that jump. Going off the front side of the MX hill, full head of steam there. Flipping the cars and now turning around for what I think is going to be a pod hit. A little bit of a cross thread and some huge air there. Nice nosedive, send him into a nice slap wheelie, into a combo off of the cars. So far, Matt Pagliarulo putting his money where his mouth is, but he still has a minute left and anything can happen. Straight up and down on the jammer, and he's going to put it into a slap wheelie with some great control on that truck. Into the cars, he's going to combo it up once again, and a minute left for Jester. Looking for the 8-pack. Some massive air, almost completely clearing that pod. Cross-threading the jammer now. Straight up and down on it once again. And now he is going for the backflip. Going to be the second truck to attempt it. A nice rotation, a hard landing. And Matt Pagliarulo is going to put that thing into reverse. Eyeballing the jammer. Going to cross-thread that onto the side. A hard landing on the left side of that truck. Now he's almost completely clearing the pod again. Backside of the cars there, some nice air. 10 seconds left in his run, what else can he do? Going for a cross thread off the MX hill and a hard landing. Gonna combo it up for the last hit. He's gonna save it off of the pod right there, put it back down onto the ground, and that is going to be it for Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. He is going to put that thing a photo op on top of the MX hill. What a way to end the run. Cory Rumble in the Rage Monster truck, gonna be your next competitor for freestyle competition. One of the 2 team screen competitors we have out here, also Jim Koehler and Avenger, gonna be later on in the lineup. We're gonna have to see what Cory can do coming out here earlier in the lineup in freestyle. And it looks like he's gonna be going big for his first hit off of the jammer. Start his 2-minute timer, of course. Looks like he's gonna slam into those cars, just getting over them. The back end of that car just folding over into the housing. And now off of the 8-pack, straight up and down. And a hard landing on the rear end, gonna catapult him up on the front end. He pulled it back down though. And a nice hit off of those cars, turning into more of a ramp over in there. Going for a cross thread off of those big jumps right there. Another hard landing on that rear end. Going for a cross thread off of those cars. Wheeling onto the pod. And just keeping this freestyle going. He has really good momentum so far. And now he's going for that jammer once again, but going onto sidewalls, landing on his sidewalls and trying to pull out. The truck's going to roll over, however, Cory Rumble has gotten an RII from the officials. It looks like they're going to let him refire. And his time will restart on his next hit. And right there, as you can see, his time did restart off the backside of that racing lane. And Cory Rumble's going to try to keep it going, try to salvage the momentum that he lost there while his truck was shut off. Got 50 seconds left to work with. He could do a lot. Nice little pop off of that ramp right there into a slap wheelie. Adding a little bit of technicality to the scores and going straight for that backflip, no hesitation. And a hard landing on the rear end. This Rage truck coming out here handling a lot of abuse so far. And he's still got over 20 seconds left, just sending it off the MX hill, and that rear end once again taking a huge hit. Trying to save it once again, he's gonna get it. Off of the 8-pack. Onto 2 wheels again. Cory Rumble trying to put it back down. He's gonna do it. But the truck has shut off. And the officials are ruling that will be it for Cory Rumble in Rage. Not how he wanted to end it with a few seconds left on the clock, but a great freestyle. Matt Byton representing Metal Mulisha coming out here in Minneapolis. Ready for freestyle competition. This is his rookie season. We're going to have to see how he can compete with these top-tier competitors. Storming out onto the track. A little photo op for you fans before starting and destroying this truck. It looks like he's going to start things off of the backside of the racing lane. A nice pop right there. Ooh, slamming it. Trying to get a slap wheelie. Not quite going to get it. Matt Byton still trying to get a feel for the truck. How the throttle responds, how the brake responds, how this truck is going to react to these jumps. See right there, getting into the throttle once again on the landing. And now he's flat-footing it off of that racing lane in a beautiful, beautiful flight right there from Metal Mulisha. And with 30 seconds in, he doesn't have quite as much momentum as we've seen so far tonight. But he does have a really nice big air send that we have seen so far off the racing lane. He's getting a nice side slap right there. Turning that truck around. Some huge air off of the pod, almost clearing it, basically clearing it, into a slap wheelie, twisting that truck around on the side of the MX hill, and he's going to keep it under control into another slap wheelie even. Just over a mid-inning, he has just started to pick up the pace here in this freestyle run. Straight up and down off the pod and a hard landing on the rear end of that chassis. That truck's still holding up. He's going to keep it going. Now he's eyeballing that backflip ramp like many others before. A nice rotation, probably the fastest we've seen so far tonight. One of the cleaner backflips, and 30 seconds left for Matt Byton. Getting crossed up though, can he save it on the front end? He's not going to be able to do it. Rolling that truck over, 22 seconds left on the clock. A really good run for Matt Byton and Metal Mulisha. Next up for freestyle, Bryce Kenny driving Mohawk Warrior. He's been having a pretty good season so far, getting acclimated with this truck. And we're going to see what he's going to be able to do out here on this freestyle course. We've seen him in Monster Mutt. He's out here with a brand new ride. It looks like he's going to start his freestyle off big off the backside of that jump. And the 2-minute timer is now counting down. Turning that truck around. It looks like he's going for that racing lane. Some nice air. It's almost a sky wheelie, just riding that throughout the air. And having some trouble over that car. It looked like it got into his tires there a little bit. Hard side slap there. Kind of down ramping the pod. Just had a weird angle in the air. Now he's building up some speed across thread, and he's going to get some of the biggest air we've seen off of that angle on that jump. Now he's going to throw it into a cyclone. There goes 2. And that's going to be it. He's got just over a minute left in his time. Straight up and down off of that pod. And a weird landing. He's going to lose the hood right there. Turning it around. Now he's going off of the single log. I don't think we've seen very many people do that on a hard landing on the rear end. You saw the rear steer give out there. And it doesn't look like anything is broken. That rear steer is still operational out here for Bryce Kenny. And he's going to ride a wheelie down the down ramp right there on the MX Hill, more like the launching ramp. Now he's cross-threading once again. And comboing it up into the pod off of that single log. 30 seconds left for Bryce Kenny, Mohawk Warrior. He's looking strong out here tonight. Will it be enough to take the lead? Remember, you are the judge. You do decide who wins, who loses. In the comments below, leave your scores as Bryce Kenny is going over. He got into a little bit of trouble on the side of that MX Hill, and that spelled disaster for Mohawk Warrior out here in Minneapolis. Next up for freestyle competition here in Minneapolis, it's Cody Saucier in Monster Energy. Coming out here onto the floor, been having a great season when it comes to freestyle. We're going to have to see what he has in store for Minneapolis. Looking for the pod, going to get some huge air and clearing it with no problem into the center of the floor even. Moving that truck around, he's going straight for the jammers, keeping the momentum up. Hard flat landing there, couldn't quite get the slap wheelie he was looking for. And he's going to clear that pod once again off the other side. Flat tracking the truck around that turn, and he's going to slam into the cars. Comboing up off the backside of that jump, riding it down into a slap wheelie. Now he's going for that racing lane, and some nice air for Cody Saucier there. A little blip of the throttle, that's all he needed. Going for the 8-pack, some huge air right there, and he's going to down ramp the back tires right there, basically clearing the pod off of the 8-pack. We have not seen that. And he's got about a minute left, and he's going for the backflip pretty early. A hard landing on the rear end. It's going to toss him up on the sidewalls. He's going to put it back down onto all four wheels. Big air off of that jammer. It's going to twist him mid-air. Going for the pod again. Going to completely clear it this time. Flat tracking that truck once again. Getting a huge drift into those cars. 30 seconds left for Monster Energy as he's slamming the backside of that racing lane. This could be a contender for the lead. We're going to have to see what the judges think. Getting into the sea container there. Looks like he's going to be the first one to try and transfer off of that jammer right there into the MX Hill. A nice save for Monster Energy out here. Cody Saucier putting on a great freestyle. Going to go for another cross thread. 1 second left, and that is going to be it for Cody Saucier and Monster Energy. Straight up and down, just digging the back end of that chassis into that pod. And he's going to end it with half a revolution of a cyclone. Cody Saucier coming out here in Minneapolis and burning it down. Lindsey Wink and Lucas Oil Crusader dialing his sights in on that freestyle course. Getting ready to attack the track as he's coming out here right now. Going around the cars, what's he going to go for first? Been having a great freestyle season so far. It looks like Lindsey Wink is looking to go big for his first move here in freestyle competition. Here he goes. There's no question that is the absolute biggest air we've seen so far tonight, and straight into some trouble. He's onto the sidewalls. He's going to put it back down onto all four wheels and straight into that 3-car stack. Lindsey Wink announcing his presence, straight up and down, cross-threading that jump onto sidewalls again, and he's going to put it back down again. 2 times up on the sidewalls, all in 20 seconds of the start of his freestyle run. Lucas Oil Crusader coming out here and tearing it up already. He's still got a lot of time to work with. Out here looking good for Lindsey Wink so far. Huge air off the backside of the jammer. Turning that truck around. Now he's going for the front side of the jammer, straight up and down. Some huge air for Lucas Oil Crusader. Now off of the pod. Getting a little tripped up there with a minute left in his time. Lindsey Wink doing a really good job. Backside of the MX Hill, he's going to completely clear it, but get a nasty landing. He's going to put it back down on all 4 wheels once again. Another risky cross thread, throwing him up in the air. He's going to try his absolute best to keep it on 4 wheels once again. Feeling more comfortable on 2 wheels as it seems. 30 seconds left in his time, and he's getting some nice air off there on the 8-pack. Cross threading the pod once again, getting a little tripped up there. Really attacking those cars, slamming onto that throttle. Lindsey Wink is in trouble. Barrel rolling that truck and still going absolutely insane for Lindsey Wink. His time has ended. It doesn't look like he really cares. He's gonna go for the backflip anyways. A hard landing on the rear end there for Lindsey Wink. And that is going to end Lucas Oil Crusader's freestyle here in Minneapolis. What do you think? Was it enough to take the lead? Our 12 truck lineup has dwindled down to 4 trucks left. And left in that lineup is Medusa, a 2-time world champion, coming out here 1 time for the Freestyle World Championship. We're going to have to see what she has in store for Minneapolis, coming out here and starting her 2-minute time. Cross threading off the MX Hill, getting some of the biggest air we've seen of the night already. Trying to match Lindsey Wink and Lucas Oil. Getting a little crossed up right there. Medusa's in trouble already. Shoving the truck. I think she got a little lucky right there. Now she's trying to get a little technical, scaling the side of that MX Hill. Off the single log, gonna get some nice air. A little bit of a sky wheelie there, flying through the air. Flat tracking the truck around the pod, into the pod off the 8-pack. Going into that jammer, straight up and down on top of it. Medusa going for the transfer with not that much running room. She's going to land it. Up onto 2 wheels, though, over on her roof. Trying to save it. And Medusa just not going to be able to pull out of that one, unfortunately. Ending it a little early here in Minneapolis. Let her know what you thought of her run in the comments below. Next up for freestyle competition, Jimmy Creten and Bounty Hunter, a well-known name in the monster truck world. Looking to get a win here in Minneapolis in the freestyle competition. And it looks like he's going to start things off on the pod. Some huge air right there to start things off. Flat tracking it right there, drifting around into the cars. Hard off the backside of that racing lane. And now he's turning it around, gonna try and pick it up here a little bit. Some nice air there and a hard landing for Jimmy Creten, landing on the gas and really trying to keep it on all 4 wheels. He's gonna get all of it right there. Could have gotten himself into some trouble. Some nice air off of that pod. He's gonna pretty much clear it. Decided to not go for that slap wheelie, instead full force into the side of that MX Hill. He's going to scale it and keep that run going. Going for the jammer, it looks like. Going for some air as well. Some nice air there for Jimmy Creten. Cross-threading the single log a little bit with a minute left in his time. He might have to pick it up a little bit, but I think he's just conserving for something big at the end of the freestyle. I'm sure he has something planned like this. Some huge air off the backside of the MX Hill. Onto two wheels again. Jimmy Creten getting to the corner of the stadium and has to put it down. It looks like he was getting too close to the wall there, and they decided to RII him. That is going to end his freestyle run here in Minneapolis. Second to last from freestyle, getting ready to close things out here in Minneapolis with Mr. Excitement, Jim Koehler behind the wheel of Avenger. Of course, we will still have Gravedigger after this run, but for now, Jim Koehler about to take onto the track. He will have 2 minutes to try and do his best to beat the top score, and he's going to start his time right here. Some nice air right there on a hard landing. If there's anything Jim Koehler wants in his runs, it's a huge air, some great momentum. He obviously wants to come out here and take the lead with a run like this. Straight up and down off of that jump, very nicely executed, and into a slap wheelie as well. Trying to get the combinations that others have gotten tonight, trying to make them bigger and better. Jim Koehler trying his best and going to completely clear the finish line right there. Some huge air. Really willing to put his equipment through as much abuse as it possibly takes to make these fans happy out here. Cross-threading the backside of the MX Hill and getting into some trouble. Avenger up on two wheels. He's going to try and put it down. He's going to put it down. Back on all four wheels. I don't know how he did it there. That was a lot of trouble he was in. And with a minute left in his time, he's going to keep it going. Turning that truck around, going for the pod one more time, it looks like. Cross-threading it, straight up and down, getting a nice sky wheelie. And a pretty good landing for all things considered. Really keeping his momentum up here, and Jim Koehler's looking for something big, going all the way to the back. He's going for the transfer move, you already know it. A hard landing, I don't know how he's going to keep it on all four wheels, just stabbing into that throttle and praying for the best. 30 seconds left and that truck is still alive. Nice air off the backside of that racing lane, a nice sky wheelie as well. And now Jim Koehler going for that backflip ramp. A nice rotation, a hard landing on the rear end. But that still isn't going to stop the Avenger out here in Minneapolis. He's still got some more fuel left in that tank. Single log gonna throw him off for a loop. Avenger onto two wheels and he's gonna save it. Jim Koehler wanting to keep it going there and he got an RII. His time is up. What an amazing freestyle. A lot of destruction, a lot of torn up equipment. Was it enough? Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger 27 about to take to the track here in Minneapolis. We're going to be closing out the night in fashion. I want to thank you all for coming out here in Minneapolis, coming out here and watching the freestyles, scoring the runs. And thank you all so much for 15,000 subscribers here on the T.Ray channel as we're getting things started with some nice cyclones. Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger, we're going to see what he can do out here. Can he take that top spot? He's got a lot to fill on his plate. Off the single log there, he's going to combo it up. Very nicely done. So like I said, a lot that he's going to have to do to take the lead here. Going for a cross thread. That truck already overheating. A nosedive from Gravedigger 27. He's going to ride a wheelie into that jammer. Going for, no, he's not going for the transfer, just off to the side of that jump, but some nice air into a slap wheelie, riding it into the cars. And he's setting it down there. Turning it around, He's going for the 8-pack with a lot of speed, straight up and down. Gravedigger losing a wheel, body parts flying. And that is going to be it for Charlie Pocket, and Gravedigger not getting any luck out here in Minneapolis.
Float